So by now we've probably all heard about the mess that unfolded with Windsurf. But in this video I just want to give you a quick breakdown of what actually happened and what we could see in the upcoming days. So first of all, Windsurf is a company that builds AI-powered tools for developers. And with that, I obviously mean the AI IDE. And they do actually mainly focus on enterprise customers, as you can see here, but they obviously also have separate plans for individual developers. For example, this $15 a month plan, which is what a lot of people have. And a few months back, there was this report coming out that OpenAI was looking to buy Windsurf for around $3 billion, which was a mind-boggling number at the time. How is it possible that a simple VS Code fork, well, not really simple, but it's still a VS Code fork, costs $3 billion? Now, the reason you're not redirected to openai.com/windsurf when you go to the website is because the deal actually fell through. And there's basically two reasons for that. Number one is Microsoft, and number two is international regulators. So let's talk about the first reason. So as you know, Windsurf is a VS Code fork. And do you know who basically owns OpenAI? That's Microsoft. And they build VS Code. And it's not only that, they also built GitHub Copilot, which is a direct competitor to Windsurf. So it was a very weird dynamic. Imagine you're Microsoft, you invest in a startup, which is in this case OpenAI, and they want to buy your biggest competitor, not to shut it down or anything, literally to advance it with your money that you invested, which was like $13 billion. So that was very questionable. And the second reason why they didn't get to buy Windsurf is because they would have been considered a monopoly in the eyes of the law, because OpenAI is obviously the biggest AI company right now, and they were going to buy one of the hottest developer tools. And basically the fear of regulators was that they were going to lock down their users to only use OpenAI models. And this is basically what regulators were worried about. Now, because they didn't actually end up doing that, they still have all their models available, including. Now here's the interesting part. Google actually swept in and did something quite unusual. They hired their CEO, Varun Mohan, which is also the founder of Windsurf, and the other founding engineers for $2.4 billion. So they didn't actually buy out the company, they just got the main talent. And this obviously left a lot of employees not knowing what to do on Windsurf's side. So for that, the founder Varun actually got a huge shitstorm because he just left his employees there when he should have brought them over as well. However, we're still not done yet, because a couple days after that deal, which is like a week ago, however, we're still not done yet. Because if you actually go back to Windsurf website, you can see this little banner here saying, "We're joining forces with Cognition." And if you didn't know, Cognition are basically the makers of Devin, which is an AI software engineer. It's basically an app that you can tag in Slack and it'll implement that feature or fix that bug for you. And they swept in and bought Windsurf, including all of its employees. Now, we don't actually know how much they bought Windsurf for, but based on Windsurf's valuation, which is $3 billion, we can estimate that they paid around $1 billion for Windsurf, which is obviously way less than the Google or even potential OpenAI. Now, where does this lead us today? I'm honestly quite surprised, but they started shipping like crazy. If you have a look at their X profile, you can see that they started adding things such as voice mode, which even Cursor does not have to this day. So I am genuinely contemplating switching from Cursor to Windsurf. Also, the pricing on Cursor is not that great, let's just say. So right now we're kind of at this point where it's big tech versus Windsurf plus Cognition Labs. Personally, I am rooting for the underdog team since I think Devin and Windsurf combined have a lot of potential. And I'm not sure what exactly the founding engineers and Windsurf's founder can do over at Google DeepMind. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more AI news. See you next time.